Something doesn't feel right.
What's up, travelers? I hope everyone's doing great. It's me again, Wolfwood, and I'm back with another build for you guys. But before we start, just a quick disclaimer. I make unorthodox builds, and the builds that you'll see on my channel are usually non-meta. I just love making builds, and I'm just sharing them with you guys. So without any delay, let's check on the build. Alright, so I call this build the Explosive Enigma mod build. It's basically an AOE explosive damage build, and we are going to use Enigma to inflict explosive damage. So you will need the Enigma weapon equipped with the pressure point mutator, which basically allows you to trigger an AOE blast that deals explosive damage whenever you use your mod. And since Enigma has 7 mod charges, you will be able to trigger the explosion 7 times in a row. Now, because this is a mod build, you will need the Archon as your primary archetype and Challenger as your secondary. I'm using Reality Rune skill, and this helps me with the mod power generation. It also provides me 25% damage reduction, which is very handy in many situations. I'm also using Juggernaut for extra defense. Alright, so there's two versions of this build. The first version, you will need the Cessation Bullbell Amulet. Activating a mod consumes all current shield. For every 20 shield consumed, increases all damage dealt by 4% for 10 seconds. Max 10 stacks. So to make it simple, you gain up to 40% increase to all damage when you consume shields. So we will gain shields through the shield alternator ring. Whenever you use a mod, basically grants you a shield for 20% of max health. And this lasts for 15 seconds but cannot stack with itself. Next, you will need the burden of the excavator ring. With this ring, explosions cannot critical hit, but this increases your explosive damage by 35%. So normally, you would expect to gain a shield for 20% of max health whenever you use a mod. But because you are using the Cessation Bulbel Amulet, the said shield will be consumed instantly. So when you use your mod continuously, it can stack up to 10 times, which increases all damage dealt by 40%. So watch closely the bottom part of the screen, and you'll notice I will not gain a shield when I use a mod. Instead, the amulet will stack up to 10 times. Let me show you. Here you'll see I've gained the 40% increase to all damage buff. And I can maintain the 10 stacks as long as I'm consuming shields. So basically, activating a mod grants me shields, which is then consumed by the amulet, which then grants me the damage buff. Now, for your other two rings, you will need the encrypted ring, which allows you to heal 20% of max health over 10 seconds whenever you use a mod. And Ring of Grace also allows healing for 15% of max health to regenerate over 10 seconds whenever taking enemy damage. But if you want more damage instead of healing and go for a glass cannon build, you can wear the Burden of the Destroyer ring and the Blasting Cap ring for an additional 30% increase explosive damage. Alright, so for the second version of the build, you will need the Reaction Chain Amulet. So with this amulet, it increases mod damage by 20%, and activating a mod generates 50% of mod power spent to the Stowed Weapons mod. And by equipping the Burden of the Follower ring, this further increases your mod power generation by 30%. And equipping the Generating Band ring provides healing for 3% of max health per second while your shield is active. And because we have the shield alternator ring, you will generate shield constantly. This means you will heal constantly. So the second version deals a bit less damage. In return, it provides you more mod power generation. So in comparison, let me show you the damage of the second version of the build. So you'll notice that I'm still dealing decent damage with the second version. I'm also gaining shields with this version, and I'm constantly healing at the same time. Alright, so for our armor, we'll be using the nano-plated helmet, the Letter Mark 1 body armor, leg armor, and gloves. For our relic, we'll be using the Tranquil Heart for the passive 2 health regeneration per second. And Sparkfire Shotgun for our long gun with the Concussive Shot mod and Feedback Mutator, which will help with the power mod generation. And for the melee weapon, it doesn't matter. I just prefer the World's Edge with the Shielded Strike Mutator. For your fragments, you will need to prioritize mod power generation, mod damage, and explosive damage. For your prism substats, it's the same. You'll need the explosive damage, and mod power generation. And it's up to you for the rest. And finally, these are for my traits. Alright, so that's our build for today. I hope you like the build. I hope you like the video. And for those who are new, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. This will help me and my channel grow. I appreciate all your support and hope to see you all next time. Bye!